Talking, shouting, full of fire and smoke, preaching about the world like it's some kind of joke. Says he loves peace, but his tongue cuts deep, keeps folks awake when they trying to sleep. 1 second smiling, next he's throwing flames, talking so wild they forgot his name. He got the mind-stained blues, Lord, can't you see? Every word he speaks spill misery. Folks don't argue, they just refuse. They walk away from that mind-stained blues. He got the mind-stained blues, oh yes, it's true. Every time he talks, something foul comes through. Got a mouth full of facts that don't hold no weight. Spits like he's wise, but he's preaching hate. Claims he's a healer, claims he's woke, but his love's just a cruel man's joke. Joy to rage like a rattlesnake strike, talking about peace while he picks a fight. He got the mind-stained blues, can't wash it off. Every word he spills just makes folks scoff. Folks don't listen, they pay no dues. They done tuned out them mind-stained blues. Yeah, he got the mind-stained blues and it sticks like glue. The more he talks, the less sounds true. Mirror full of lies, dressed up like grace, painted smile on a weathered face. But you scratch that mask and what you find is thorns in a crown and a crooked mind. Talks about sinners but he sins the same, blaming the fire but he feeds the flame. Every word's a trap, every smile's a blade, and folks walk off when the dues get paid. Ain't no reasoning, ain't no peace, just a river of noise that never ceases. He got the mind-stained blues soaked down deep, ain't no prayer gonna help him sleep. Folks just sigh, they've had their cues, ain't no fixing them mind-stained blues. Yeah, he got the mind-stained blues, and we all knew that every word he speaks just turns the sky untrue. So if you see him coming, don't catch his eye, or you'll wear them stains till the day you die.
Oh man, here we go again, we're going to create change. Make it happen this time. Let's go, always good vibes. Get out of your bed, I can feel it, it's going to be a good day, a great day. Let's go, always good vibes. Create change. Let's go, always good vibes. Change. Let's go, always good vibes.
Yeah, good vibes. Here it is, this Friday. I don't even know if we're on or not, guys. Let me check and see if, I don't know. Y'all have to let me know if we're even going or not. I don't see nothing going on in my comments section, guys. I don't know what the deal is, but things just don't seem right here. For whatever reason, I don't know. I don't see any of y'all's comments. I don't see anybody in here. I don't see Sean no more. Guys, I'm gonna end this stream and I'm gonna restart. I don't know what the deal is. I see Sean in the background. Can y'all even, I can't see nobody's comments, man. I don't know what the deal is, guys. Sorry about this. Good morning to everybody. Hey, Sean, can you hear me, man? Are you even there, or is this like a, I don't even know if I'm stuck in the Matrix or not. I don't even know. I don't know. I really don't know, guys. I don't see no. I don't know. I don't know. Hey, Desi, can you hear me? tell me or not if you can hear me or not, man, because I just don't know. Is everything all right, Sean? Because
I can hear you. Yeah,
something
man.
went crazy during everything, during like when we was coming on. I don't know what exactly happened,
Mm.
but it fell out on our end, and then I had to come back in the studio.
Oh,
I didn't even know if it was still playing. So, okay. Well, good morning, brother Desi. Good morning,
good
man.
morning.
Sorry about the technical issues. I don't know exactly what just occurred, but we just had a little bit of issue, and that's okay. You just keep on going. You work on through it, man. Good morning. Good vibes, everybody. Glad everybody's here, man. This is Guy and Sean 11 to 1, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Thank God it's Friday, Sean.
Yes, sir.
Man, and it seems like we lost another one of our childhood heroes yesterday, Mr. Hulk Hogan. I just thought it was appropriate for us to spend a little time talking about him too. We talked about Ozzy,
Absolutely. Yep.
and man, these are two people that in 1 week, these are two folks that, man, they made a mark like
Oh man.
all the way around. Like they reached that next level status, whatever you want to call that, legendary, whatever icon, whatever the word is for it, that you use, then that's what they would be. They're the
Absolutely.
next level.
Absolutely. Like Hulk Hogan changed my life. You know what I mean? Wrestling was a big thing where I came from. And I remember back in the day, it used to only come on Sunday evenings. And, you know, you'd have the whole family gathered around the TV. And we were watching it back in the day and going seeing wrestling in town. But I remember when he came in, he just took the world by storm, man. Like that, what you gonna do, brother? All the Hulkamania runs wild on you. Yeah.
Hey,
It's incredible.
and right there, and when he started with the, I actually, you know, I had to take the opportunity to pull up some info on him as well, man, because he's got so many different
Oh yeah.
accomplishments, dude. You can't, like, there's no way you could remember to say everything that he has been able to do
No.
within his life. You know
No.
what I'm saying? So, you know, dude, and it's like you scroll down, like I'm still scrolling to get back up to the top of where his stuff
Yeah.
starts at. So, just starting from right here, you know, just starting off, man. I'm just gonna start from what they started listing, man. Wrestling legacy. This is where he started at. So 6-time WWE champion. Hogan became the face of WWE, then WWF in the 1980s, leading the company through its first major boom. Okay. First ever Royal Rumble winner, 1990 and 91. Boy, I was a handsome fella. That was a good year too. I ain't gonna lie. Fairly good year, you know.
I think that was the year he choke slammed Andre the Giant.
He won back to back, establishing the Rumble as a premier WWE event, and then Main invented the first 9 WrestleManias. Hogan headlined WrestleMania from 1 through 9, a feat no other wrestler has come close to. The iconic match versus Andre the Giant. Yeah, dude. I think I mean, like my whole family was sitting and watching that, dude. That was back in the day when you only got 3 channels and it went as you turned.
That's great.
You know. But yeah, our whole family was sitting there watching that one.
Yeah.
And then body slamming the 520-pound Andre. Hey, and what a man for even being able to at that weight being able to be thrown down on a mat like that, bro, and not break up some
and the backing story behind that match was like, you know, say what you will about wrestling, but Hogan went into that and he wasn't sure if Andre was gonna, you know what I mean, if it was gonna go that way or the other way, what was gonna happen, and then in the end he got him, and what an upset, man.
Yeah.
What an upset. Unreal.
Let's see. Andre is one of the most replayed. Andre Slam is one of the most replayed moments in wrestling history. I mean, you know, dude.
Wow.
And I can remember, dude, when, you know, sitting there watching, you know, I can remember we were all watching that, dude, you know, back in the day, man, when I think we sacrificed Dukes of Hazzard that night to get to watch
Yeah.
WrestleMania. You
Yeah.
know,
Yep.
I think
Yeah.
Daddy might have let us turn it off a hee-haw a couple minutes early to make sure we got there in time, you know. But
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, now that's just his wrestling stuff. That's just the beginning of that's just that,
Yeah.
you know. All right, now we'll get to the pop culture. He was pop culture superstar, starred in films and TV. No Holds Barred, Thunder in Paradise. Hogan
Excellent
was one of the
movie. Yeah.
Hogan was one of the first wrestlers to cross over into mainstream entertainment. Is what it says there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Saturday morning cartoon superstar or cartoon star. Hulk Hogan's rockin' wrestling brought his persona to a new generation of kids in the 80s, man. Shout out to the 80s, too, bro. I was a handsome devil in the 80s. I ain't gonna lie. It was good time for me. But, you know, anyway, moving on. I did not to make this about me or anything. But I was there.
No.
I was there with him, not in spirit. I was still with him.
Oh
in
man,
spirit, but
I wish I could pull up this picture of my brother. He's about 4 years old, and he has long blonde hair. He has the Hulk Hogan cut and
Yeah.
everything.
yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
he Hogan himself, I think he was 6'9" and 300 and something pounds.
6'7",
dude,
6'9", something like that. Huge.
24. I mean, his arm was quite a bit, you know,
24-inch
a little
pythons,
bit bigger
baby.
than mine, you know.
Oh yeah,
and you know,
stovepipes,
you know,
man.
yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I had anything that big. Yes, Johnny Car. What was it, Johnny Car? That's what Johnny Carson told us. Wish I had anything that big. Reinvents and then he let's see, that was his cartoon guy that brought to his persona to a new generation of kids, and a reinvention as Hollywood Hogan.
Mm-hmm.
Created the NWO New World Order
New World
in
Order. Yeah.
'96.
Yep.
His heel shot the world and sparked WCW's rise in the Monday Night Wars.
That was huge.
Yeah,
Monday Night
dude.
Wars. Those
Oh,
are
yeah,
crazy.
man.
When he left the WWF and came back WCW there,
Oh,
that was the beginning of, a lot of people
Oh.
don't know that. They were one of the first companies to do live streaming, right? So everything you were watching was live on Monday Night Raw and stuff
it's
like
awesome. Oh man, hey, let me get over here and say good morning. Shout out to Gas and Guitar Covers, man. I see you out there. He said, Hulk didn't know if he'd let him. Then Andre said,
Yep.
Slam. That's
Yep.
awesome, man.
And what's
That's
crazy
going-
is like
man.
they had to really get Andre on board for it, and he really liked Hulk, and he had a back injury or something like that, because I mean he was a obviously the giant,
dude,
right?
dude.
Huge man, and I remember watching them talk about that and Hogan being like, I wasn't sure how it was gonna go down, and then
Dude.
he just looked at me, and wham, you know, they did it.
I mean, you're not gonna slam a fella that size unless he lets you slam.
He's gotta have a bit of help, yeah.
Yeah,
You're
because
gonna
I mean, if he wanted to just lay down, like you're not gonna
just
pick him
plant
up
his
dead,
feet.
yeah, like you know. But dude, he took it like a champ too. Because like I
Yep.
say, man, you know, to be that weight and still be able to take that kind of I'm not even
Mhm.
saying he could take that kind of abuse. He just was tough enough that he took that kind of. But his body paid for it, man. Like
Oh yeah,
that
yeah.
was. I mean, but not just that one itself, but like the whole thing. But that one for him.
Yeah.
To be that big, 520 pounds, and then be able to take that kind of force that you apply on yourself, coming
right
down
on
like
your
that, bro.
right on your back, which like again that
Oh.
was his big thing. His back was totally messed.
Yeah, I can't imagine why.
Yeah, me neither, right?
I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, old daddy said, laugh out loud. He holled, oh, where are you tonight? Why did
yeah.
you leave me here all alone? Yeah, I searched the world
Yeah.
over and thought I found true love. You met another and you were gone. That was one of the greatest. Oh man,
Theme songs.
yeah, man. Yeah, hey guys, it said we went crazy with he body slam. I know,
Mhm.
man. It was insane. Miss Patty, hey guy, hey Shine, good to see you. Good to see
Good to
you
see
too,
you.
Miss Patty. Good morning. Good vibes. We were talking about another legend, man. You know, it's funny because I think someone even said the other day. I don't think they were referring to necessarily like I'm thinking of, but they said, "What's the next front man?" Well, if you want to talk about front man, hey, the Hulk was
Oh,
the
yeah.
best
Yeah.
primetime frontman ever.
Mhm.
Ever. Like he
Mhm.
was motivation, embodied
Mhm.
up in 6'9" of nothing but pure man.
Yep.
A lot like myself. And
Exactly.
I
It's
mean,
basically
there's a
twins.
few differences if I was to point them out, but we're not going to make the
Well,
show about that.
it's about positivity
This
and
is about
body
right,
acceptance, right?
right,
So yeah,
right. We
yeah.
don't want to
Yeah.
lean, because I get veered off easy. And
You don't say.
guys said, "What up, Hulkamaniacs?" Hey,
Yeah.
Hulkamaniac, bro, for
But
more reasons
on
than one.
point, like man, him going from like being like a super good guy, and then like when he did his return as the NWO, going exactly the
Yeah,
opposite, spray painting people and stuff. I'm like,
yeah.
man, what can't this guy do? Like, you know what I mean?
Dude, he
And
was also an awesome guitarist as well,
yep, true. Yep, that's true.
which
Yeah,
is pretty cool, man. I mean, like I say, dude, we still got a lot more lists to go through. And if we stopped right there, in my opinion, if
mm-hmm.
we stop right there, that's legend. That's icon. And we still got a lot more scrolling to go through. Let's see what year we're at. Okay,
Yeah.
let's see. Okay, we were at 1996 when we were talking about the NWO. So we're just at 96 on that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's another one of them dudes like with Ozzy. Hey, once people got I mean, there was some people that didn't know him before the movies and other things he started doing. They didn't watch wrestling.
That's
But
right.
once they seen the way he was and the kind of motivational, like inspirational kind of dude that he was, they fell in love with him, man.
Oh
They
man, like how
wanted to
could
hear
you
more
not?
from
Like
him, man.
because he was contagious through a screen, which is a hard thing to do. Like I got to see a wrestling match live one time, which would have been around the end before he left WWF, and like Legion of Doom were there. Bob Backlund was there. Like all these dudes, kind of at the end of their career. So getting to see him at a young age was super neat. And then watching what he did after, and like you're always, I remember always kind of wondering what's he gonna do. But that speech he come out with, like, do your homework, eat your vitamins, like you know what I mean. Like it was such a thing to hear as a young man. You're like, yeah, that's how you get strong, and it was a good positive message. I
Yeah,
thought
man.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and he seemed like from what I've been able to understand, a little bit about him that you don't really know. I mean, you don't know all these things. Like I said,
Mm-mm.
I couldn't even come close just off the top of my head all the things that I know that once you say it, I'm like, oh yeah, man, I remember that and I remember
Yeah.
that and I remember that. And I'm like, yeah, I was alive when that happened. I'm like,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. And it's a shame because at 71 years old, he had his last interview. I think it said on like Fox News or one of his last interviews or something. And
Yeah.
I mean, to me, at 71, dude, it was like you look back and you see like what they're talking about. It's like, well, he looked good, so it just puts
Yeah.
into perspective that man, it just
Well,
happens that way, man. It's like,
that's like the talk I was
wow.
having last night with my brother. I was like, it's hard to believe that Ozzy Osbourne outlived Hulk Hogan by like 5 years. You know what I mean? Just in the general of like the lifestyle and like
Yeah,
how you kept yourself. And I mean, that's the way she goes.
it
So
is. I think it just reinstills that, I think, there's a time and a number already set in
yeah,
place sometimes. It's like no matter what you do, when it's your time to go, your time to go. I think you can rush it. You know what
yeah,
I mean? I
you
think
can
you can do
accelerate the
stupid stuff.
process. That's for
you
sure.
know,
Yeah, there's no
but
doubt about that.
you
But
know,
that date
so
comes
I
by
think
every
he's
year and you don't know it until you
I think
do.
he might be
Yeah.
proof in that pudding. That
Yeah.
man, it's another one of them deals that when it's hot. Because like I say, I looked at that last little interview when they was talking to him, and hell, he looked like looked like he was in real. But like I wouldn't have wanted to. That was one old
What
dude. I
was
wouldn't
it?
have wanted to steal his cane.
I
You
don't
know what
think
I'm saying? Like
no.
you
But
know.
was it a heart attack that got
It was a
him?
heart attack from what they say, cardiac
Okay.
arrest, man.
Cardiac
Yeah,
arrest,
man.
yeah.
And that's just the way that that dude that
Yeah.
you can be any age and that kind of stuff
Yeah.
happen
Well,
to
just
you,
that
man.
giant body, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
huge, man.
carrying around that, I can only imagine what that does on your heart, you know what I
Well,
mean?
I can
Like,
tell you, it's tough.
yeah. Yeah, well, I know that you would know. If anybody would know,
Right. Right. That's why I felt it was appropriate that
You threw that in there. Perfect.
you know. But anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was 96. That was the WCW's Monday Night Wars, and then World Heavyweight Champion, 6-time World Heavyweight Champion WCW. Um, and and then it says reinvented himself for a new era of fans. And then Hall of Fame honors, WWE Hall of Fame inductee 2005, inducted by the one and only Sylvester Stallone. A fitting crossover of pop culture and sports entertainment. 2-time Hall of Famer NWO induction in 2020.
Holy smokes, man.
Yeah, recognized both individually and as part of one of wrestling's most influential factions. And all right, like I say, dude, it's like unbelievable if you just stopped up there at the beginning. I mean, this dude, like, we haven't even talked about like all the marketing stuff that he invented for some of these guys, like with the dolls, or not dolls, but you know, the figures, the action figures, lunch boxes, T-shirts, movements like Hulkamania, bro. I mean, like that was not just like money that he made or things that he did while he was in the wrestling ring. That was things that he ran a business, bro. Like it was a multi-million dollar, maybe $1 billion industry that he, you know, that's why you can't, you know, like he was a very, very, very intelligent man to run such a successful company for so many years that was able to reinvent itself for the times, because there was a reason he was cool for us. Maybe it was a little bit of the mullet. Maybe it's because he was a little, you know, as big as we were, or a little bit bigger.
And that theme song, I'm a real American.
Hey, I made a short with that, dude, yesterday, man.
Nice.
I was, dude. But, you know, like, it's those things that like, you know, it's like you're just proud that he stood, he took a stand. But it was an honorable stand, and he rode with it, man, and he done the best and there's so many of these ones that became popular that give ode to him, that are like, man, he was a real dude. Like he paved the way for a lot of these men that up until this point, you know, they were getting used for what they were able to do, and barely making enough to live, bro.
Yep. And he was one of the first. I mean, and he never, that's one thing I always admired about him. Especially when there's, you know, a documentary on Netflix about, it's called Mr. McMahon or something like that. And it goes through the whole scope of wrestling. And I knew the stories when I was younger about him getting burned on a lot of contracts when he was switching from place to place, but you never heard him complain about it. In fact, he went the other way. He'd be like, well, you know, this is whatever, and he'd keep it to a very small amount of information, and then he'd do something else that would just blow the top off it. So, like, every time he was challenged, he found a way to turn it into, well, I'm not going to let that happen again. And then these fellas that, you know, came up after him, I mean, were making millions of dollars off their contracts because he was like, watch out for this, don't let them do this, like, you know.
Well, he showed them how to make real money, how to make it their money too, how to make money for them, like,
that's right,
you know. And that, I think, was, you know, where that he created such a shift in their thinking, was like, oh, wait a minute, bro, there's other than us just throwing each other and hurting each other, there's a whole other side to this experience, that if we tap into the marketing on this, we got adults, we got children, we've got men, women, we've got a whole family that, or we've got a, you know, a single person, whatever. We got a whole market of people that we can pump to and make their own money. And I'm so glad that, you know, he was able to be a leader for those guys and create an opportunity where, dang it, they can make a good living for beating themselves up now. You know, for hurting themselves. I mean, because a lot of them, man, I know that there's some scripted stuff, but I'm gonna tell you what, to get thrown around, flipped around, twisted around, beat around like that, bro, you've got to stay in top notch physical shape, and you got to be pretty damn tough, man.
And there have been, like, you know what I mean, like the Owen Hart fatalities, like the one that I remember the most. You know what I mean? I think that was at the Royal Rumble, where you remember Bret Hart and his brother Owen, and Owen fell.
Yeah.
And that was pretty wild. I won't give the whole story away if anybody doesn't know it. It's interesting to watch, but at the same time, you got to think about, like, wow, a man just died, and then they carried on with that match. And I remember Hulk Hogan talking about it being like that was part of what started to change his thinking for, like, where the industry was going, especially at that point, because it was pushing them to a point where it's at a certain point. I think he said when he left whatever he was in at the beginning before the WWF, there was a different wrestling avenue he was in. When he left, he didn't know what he had signed, but he'd owed them like $100,000. So now he was fighting like two,
Yeah,
three
man.
times a night. You know what I mean? Just getting busted. But
It's like, no,
doing it.
man, no. Well, he done for them, like with the, with that whole idea of the money outside of the ring.
Yeah.
He created something that they could create a legacy within the ring, but then they still had something that outside of the ring they could still be a part of and push, and not and the lifestyle, bro. We were talking about this for a second before we come on. The lifestyle these men were living, he taught them how to live a proper lifestyle too. I
Yeah.
think because
Yeah.
some of them was really putting themselves like a rock and roll. It was a rock and roll
Yeah.
lifestyle. Just
Yep.
you know.
And they had it
wrestling.
figured out, the guys running the show, how to give you just enough once they knew what you were into to make sure we got to the
Kept
next
doing
ma-
what you
Like,
needed
what was
to.
it? Snooker, Booker T. Remember him? I remember him talking about some of the stuff that he was dealing with at the time, and he's like, they just keep you on whatever you were on to get to the
Yep.
next match, and busted arm, you'd fight anyway, or whatever it may be, right? So,
Yep.
yeah.
Hey, shout out to you guys. We appreciate y'all being here. We're getting down to the reason I said it's coined timeless catchphrases like what you gonna do when Hulkamania
It runs wild on you.
Say your prayers, eat your vitamins, and believe in yourself.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Do your
I can't
homework,
do it,
listen to your parents, and eat your
Yeah, yeah.
vitamins.
Brother
Yeah.
Gen X, shout out to you, brother Gen X in the house. Hey, he stopped in yesterday and he wrote Thunder Lips, rest in peace, Thunder Lips. Remember he was Thunder Lips, and that
Yeah.
was the third three, I think. Rocky.
Yeah,
III or
Rocky
whatever.
3. Rocky 3. Yeah.
Yeah, Thunder Lips.
Thunder Lips.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it. Man, let's see, Let's see what else is it. Let's see what else we have here about him. I don't mind. Oh crap. I don't mind at all to tell y'all that there was no way I could list off all the things like
No.
without finding something to help me.
Well, he never stopped. You know what I
No.
mean? Like, he just
No.
went from one thing to the next to the next. And I know acting, because he spoke about it a lot, it was something that he really wanted to do. Like, he really wanted to get into mainstream acting. And I mean, he did do quite a bit, but then I'm not sure exactly what ended up happening, but he ended up going back to wrestling anyhow. But
Well, it was his bread and butter. I mean,
yeah,
bread
it
and
kind
butter.
of didn't pop off, I
He
guess.
knew
the way.
where his biscuit was buttered at.
Yeah,
It says right
exactly.
here though, inspired generations of fans and wrestlers from Rock to John Cena and beyond. No Kane,
Oh yeah,
Hacksaw.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
thinking back to those at that point in time, like with, I remember, man, like, Ricky the Steamboat Dragon, he was one of my favorites.
Hmm.
But all of them had their action figures and their little storylines and
Yeah, I still got boxes full of that stuff, man. Like, I brought them out a couple years ago for my son,
Yeah.
and like those things are so heavy and thick that like you could take out a home invader with
Oh,
one of them. Like,
yeah.
a solid piece of rubber. Yeah, having the flags, the shirts. Like I was telling you before about the giant popcorn things. You get like one wrestler on one side, another wrestler on the other side. I had the Warrior and Hogan, which were big ones. I think the Warrior was like the only one who could have come close, but he didn't get to go long enough, I don't think. Because I remember that big like when the Warrior came in, a lot of people, it was kind of like with certain kinds of music, it's like if you listen to this band, you don't listen to this band. And for a period there, it was like either you're a Warrior fan or a Hulk Hogan fan. So Hulk was there
Yeah,
first, and he
yeah,
started seeing people shifting over.
yeah.
And then the Warrior burns, and everybody goes back to Hulk. It's like, he
Dude,
still
it
held it
was.
down.
They did
Yeah.
a great job with creating an entire like world, an
Oh yeah.
entire like universe that if you were a part of the universe, then you understood the exact story, the exact
Hmm.
all this kind of. And they started with I remember when they started leaning in on like their
The
backstage
Vietnam.
interviews and shit, like where
Yeah.
they would hype up before they
Oh
went
yeah.
out on the stage, and they'd have their little talk crap moments and everything, and some of them was killer. I mean
Oh yeah.
it was just awesome, dude.
I remember the
And
barber shop with Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels, and someone
yeah,
get thrown through the barber shop window.
yeah,
They had all those
some
stories.
of it was like
Yeah.
so outlandish that that's what made it fun. Was
Hmm.
like, golly, dude, he just threw that dude like totally through the window or whatever. Like, but
Yeah.
that it was the same deal though. Like Chris Farley took the same concept and took it to comedy.
Yep.
In some ways, he took
Yep.
that just no holes barred, like just
Yep.
wreck everything kind of attitude, but added comedy in there with it, dude.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He just he took all like I don't know, like or the whatever combativeness out of it, but it was really brilliant how they did a lot of stuff. Like I mean, you think about Sergeant Slaughter and the Shrieking Sheik and like all those
Yeah.
during the time frame like that they were putting these guys out there, and then you
Yep.
got Hulk Hogan, like the American
Yep.
hero, right? So it was just like boom, man, just what a wicked story, what an incredible
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, he was awesome, man. Well, shout out to everybody. We appreciate y'all being here. This is
Yeah.
Sky and Shine, 11 to 1, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We had a touch of technical issues coming on. It seemed like the stream was having a tough time getting going, but it looks like we made it.
Yep.
Worked on through that. But today we were talking, just touching on Hulk Hogan, which it takes a couple hours just to have a chance to kindly talk about the impact and the things that you can remember throughout your life that he was about, and and we also had Mr. Ozzy Osbourne as well earlier in the week pass away, or 2 days ago. So just two icons right in a row, man, legends for my era, and
Yep. Yep.
for most people that are alive these days. If you didn't love them, then you hated them for a good reason in your mind. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
for
Whatever.
sure, for sure.
But so shout out to everybody. We appreciate y'all being here, man. This is Guy and Shine. We're gonna play one
Hmm.
of Shine's songs and go get us a drink. And I'm gonna get the make sure that I got some more. We'll see if I can't get some more
And
information
during the
pulled up.
commercial break, list your favorite Hulk Hogan moment, and we'll
Yeah,
see
man.
ya.
What's y'all's favorite? Did y'all have a lunchbox? That's another thing.
Yeah,
Did
that's
y'all
it.
have a
Yep,
lunchbox?
yep.
You
What
know,
gear
hit
did
me
you
up.
have? What
Yeah,
Hulkamania gear did you have,
yeah,
man?
yeah.
Leave
Hey,
it in the comments, brother.
yeah, leave it in the comments, brother.
Yeah.
Hey, he was the motivation king too, dude.
Oh
And he
yeah.
was big enough that even for me, he would. If he told me to do something, I would have probably.
You might listen.
Yeah, I'd have
Yeah.
probably did it.
Yeah. Probably
Pretty
not
quick.
probably not a bad idea.
Yeah, I'm not ignorant. But shout out to you guys. We appreciate y'all being here. This is Guy and Shine, 11 to 1, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, Eastern Standard Time. Always good vibes. Today's conversation's been about Mr. Hulk Hogan. Rest in peace, sir. We appreciate the mark that you left for us, man.
Yep.
Thank y'all. We'll see you in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Terry.
It's for you, sweetie. All right.
Yeah, you know him by name. I forgot that. Did it freeze up on me?
It's for you, sweetie. All right.
Where did you come from, silly girl? I know I just met you, but I can't seem to get you out of my head, out of my head.
shaking your hips with little invitation. We were locking lips and know that I'll never forget you. No matter how hard I try, I can't even find a pen so I could see you again. You gave me your poison, and I breathed you in. And just like my favorite things, you disappear in the end. The end. And as the band was winding down, I couldn't seem to find you in the crowd of faces. Then out of nowhere, you appear without one question. Yeah, we disappeared and know that I'll never forget you. No matter how hard I try, can't even find the words to tell you how much you blew my mind. Gave me your poison, and I breathed it in. But just like my favorite things, you disappear in the end. The end. The end. It's just the beginning. Well, you know I won't forget you. No matter how hard I try, I can't even find a pen so I could see you again. Give me your poison, and I breathed you in. But just like my favorite things, you disappear, yeah. The end. The end. The end.
A world where everyone belongs. In harmony we sing this song. Peaceful vibes in paradise. Underneath these dirt. Mistakes. No mistakes.
go again, we going to create change. Make it happen this time. Let's go, always good vibes. Get out of your bed.
We are.
I can
Thank
feel
God
it,
it's
it's going
Friday.
to
It's
be
9, 11,
a good
1
day,
Wednesday
a
and
great
Friday.
day.
It's
Let's go,
dinner time.
always good vibes.
Always good vibes. We
Create
appreciate y'all being here.
Let's
Yeah,
go,
yeah,
let's
talking
go,
about Hulk
always
today.
good vibes.
And Hulk Hogan. What an icon.
Let's go,
Legend.
always good vibes.
Let's go, man. What's up, brother Shine in the
it.
house, man? Coming up with this last little hour, I think. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, we're 11:52.
Before we forget, this Saturday is We Be Jamming at Big Jack Story Time.
Good shout out.
So that's
Oh,
9
yeah,
Eastern.
and, shout out to my
Yeah.
Grammy.
Mine's in the
I
mail,
did get a
apparently.
Grammy.
Yeah.
I just thought I'd throw that out there real quick. I happen to have it right here where I could get to
And
it.
you
or I
too
wouldn't
could
do it.
receive yours for participating in.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey man, shout
Yeah.
out to you, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, good thought. I'm glad you remember doing that because
Yeah.
you let it slip your mind. And this month, it
Yeah, it's
feels
a
like
weird one.
Saturday. The last Saturday is like way up in the
Mhm.
like it's the 26th. But we
Yep.
still got several more days. I think the end of the
Yeah.
month ain't till like Thursday. So it's like,
That's right.
dang, man. Hey, shout out to Miss Patty. She said, "Here's for singing. Where oh where are you tonight? Where oh where are you tonight?" You
Yeah.
know, I do actually know that. That's funny, man. That's
Yep.
so funny. Hey,
Is it-
but
is
she
it-
said she loves Silly Girl, but you already knew that.
Well,
Well, shout out to you, Miss Patty. We
Yeah,
appreciate you being such a
do.
supporter and you know, the kindness. We thank you for that. Thank you
Yep.
very much. That's awesome. Yeah, where are you tonight? Hey, you know. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get
All
that
right.
figured out real quick.
Yeah.
Right, real snappy. If you want to know how a fella gets something figured out right real quick, that's how you do it.
That's it.
I mean, on that, no, that's awesome, man. Thank you very much,
No,
Miss Patty.
appreciate you.
She's been a super supporter of ours since like day one, and same way, you know, brother Desi, all of you guys, you know, that's been here like since day one. We remember y'all like coming in our chat. So like,
Yeah.
thank you all very much. We were talking about Hulk Hogan today,
Mhm.
and man, we lost Ozzy Osbourne 2 days ago, bro.
Yep.
It's like, and somebody in our chat said, what's
Who
going,
do you
who's
think's
going,
going to be next?
yeah, who do you think's going to be next? And honest to God, man, Hulk
Yeah.
Hogan never crossed my mind.
Me
Like-
neither.
like-
and
but
when I
here's
read the news, I said, man, what talk about a curveball? Because, like, you know, I threw out a few names of, like, thinking musician wise.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
That's where I was stuck.
And then when I seen the news on that, my brother wrote me and he's like, that can't be right. Like, you know, I thought, whatever. And then you see, yeah, it is. It's like, wow.
But Hulk was like the ultimate front man.
Oh,
He
absolutely.
was the front man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
and,
Took a
you
nation
know,
by storm. You know what I mean? Like, absolutely. Took
So-
the world by storm, really.
He did.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
did, man. And dang, man, I can't believe somebody said that. You know, like we were talking and somebody asked that, who do you think's going to be next? And that is so odd that, man, and it was fast too, guys. Like,
Mhm.
what an icon. So, man, rest in peace,
Yeah.
Mr. Hulk Hogan.
That's right.
Everybody knew him as Hulk Hogan. What his first name was, what was it?
Terry.
Jerry?
Terry.
Terry, okay.
Terry. Yeah.
Oh,
Terry
Terry.
Hogan. Yeah.
Terry.
Terry. I think Terry something Bolita was his actual
Yeah, it
name.
was something actual, but he was
Yeah.
born in Alabama, wasn't he?
Georgia.
Georgia, okay.
And then
Georgia.
died in Clearwater. Yeah.
Okay.
Florida.
Was born in Georgia, but was brought up in Florida.
Yeah.
Florida. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
But man, yeah. Shout out to another legend, man. Another, you know. But you know that never to die. He'll always be.
Oh, he'll live on
always be.
forever, man. I mean,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And that's what's kind of cool is that, like, I mean, I stopped watching wrestling for quite a few years, just, you know,
Me
as
too.
life goes
I
on.
got out of it.
But I can't remember what the last event was. I'm not good at. There's so many events they have now. But I watched one with my young fella, and you know John Cena was there, and like all these guys, and Hogan wasn't there, but they did like a little thing to him, like kind of thing. And so that it gets the stories going, and then you watch where these guys are now, and like just the athleticism out of the
Oh,
stuff that they
I
do
mean-
now compared to. I mean, back then, I mean, they were figuring it out, but just mind-blowing stuff, like triple backflip body slams and
Well, I'm here to
stuff.
tell you, their workout regimen is tough.
Oh, yeah. Look at the size of them all. You know what I mean? Like, there's no
know,
way you do
I
that like half
just
speed. Let's put it that way.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Hey, shout out to my mom. I see you, Mama. Good morning.
Good
Good
morning to
morning, Guy
you.
and Shine, and all the Hawk fans in the chat, Mom and Missy. Good
Yep.
morning, Mom and Missy. Appreciate you guys. Peyton Samuels, good morning, Guy and Shine. Good morning to you. Appreciate you. We got Magic Healing. We got Peyton Samuels. We got my mama. We got Brother Clint. He said, let's go. And we got Miss Patty. Thank you. Thank you very much. We appreciate all the support, Miss Patty.
Yeah,
Thank you.
we do.
Let's see. Brother Janet, let's see. Gaston, shout out to Gaston. Appreciate you, man. I know a lot of you guys remember, you know, the Hulk and remember Ozzy, and now that we're talking about it, it's like, you know, when it does seem to come and there was what was the I hate to not mention his name, but that jazz player that passed away. He was like 80 some years old.
Malcolm.
It was man, I remember, man, I hate to be that guy, but I don't remember him. I don't really know
I just
much.
see Peyton's gotten there. Rest in peace, Malcolm Jamal Walker.
Okay.
I don't know if that might be the fella.
Oh, okay. Is that who you're? Oh, no. That's the dude from I know who you're talking about. That's the dude from that sitcom.
Oh,
He was Theo. It was Theo from
Theo.
Man, go ahead, Peyton. Put it in there.
Yeah, Peyton, put who that fella
put
is.
that in there for me.
Drawing a blank here. But sorry.
Gosh, man, that'd be one of
Yeah.
them. I go all day thinking about that.
Cosby Show.
Golly. That's why that I do not
Yeah.
sign up for games like, you know, Jeopardy and things like
Family
that.
Feud.
Family Feud. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I come from that family that it would be viral. It would be viral. Because there is no such thing as 30-second time limit. You don't put me on no time limit now, damn yeah. I gotta think about things for a minute.
Work through this here.
You don't want me to answer immediately. You
Uncross
want me
a few
to think
wires.
for a second.
Yeah.
You do want me to take my time. You don't want me to just blurt out because we're live.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey. There was but the man, I hated that I can't remember that fella's name. The jazz guy, man, he was awesome at jazz. It just wasn't somebody that I knew a whole lot about. But shout out to him too. He was famous. He was all about his music and everything. As far
It was
as
a
I
big
know,
week, man, for people that
big week, dude.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like, you know, you can't help but think about, like, you know, like for Hulk. Like, gosh, man, he was 71. So if he would have, you know, if he'd had another 10 or 20 years, God, can you imagine? Like,
oh, I mean, and he
the
was
status.
everywhere. He was everywhere. Like, I remember,
And he just got baptized. I
yeah,
gotta say that.
which is interesting. I always thought that he was, that was something he did a long time ago. But yeah, no, okay, cool, good to know.
Man,
I did not
he
know
accepted
that.
Jesus into his life, and
Very
I
cool.
respect whatever religion that it is. If you follow it faithfully, then I respect that, because it's about believing in something higher power than yourself.
Yep.
In my personal opinion, I don't care what you call it.
Oh, yeah.
Don't matter to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did that. I mean, so dude, maybe he just maybe God just seen fit. Like, okay, you've done
You've had enough.
You've done your service,
Time
brother.
to
I'm
come
bringing you
home.
home. I don't
Yeah.
know. I
What
don't
you
know.
gonna do, brother?
Because he
Let's
did
go.
seem like the epitome of health. Like I say, man, that last interview that I seen him anyway, it was on a news channel there where he was giving an interview. And dude, for 71 years old, it was like, man, yeah, that ain't no feeble old dude right there. That old dude still jerk you up and put you in a knot.
Well,
put you in a knot, man.
And on top of all that, like, I remember when he had his show, I don't remember what it's called, but it was when he was still with his first wife and his two kids. Was it called the Hogans or something like that?
Something,
maybe?
yeah.
So, something like that. And you know, then things happened between him and his wife. And what I admired about the guy is that, like, you see it a lot where people deny, no, I didn't do that, I didn't do none of it. And he was like, yeah, this is what happened. And he owned it, and you know, he moved on to the next thing. And kept on doing his thing. And I think that's kind of what kept him going all the years, because there was always something, like some kind of obstacle where a lot of people would have quit. A lot of people would
Yeah.
have quit, and he never did.
Or
He
took
never
the
did.
easy road.
Yep.
You know, took the easy route with fame, and it was this and it was that. No, man.
Yeah.
I agree with you, man. He seemed like, from our standing, Miss
Yeah,
Patty
from
says
what you
right
know,
here, Clearwater Beach is pretty close to where I live. Hulk was always out and about like a regular person.
No way.
That's cool.
That's really
See,
neat.
that's even better to hear. That
Yeah.
makes me feel even more proud of the fact that you know, he was a man that stood for what he stood, and made it to where he felt like he was shooting for, and was ultra rich and ultra awesome and famous and all this stuff. But it's nice to hear that he was still just kind of a regular old dude. I think that's what it takes in the end, is just finding your regular dude that's still in there, and
Yep.
just having a little bit more stuff, but still being the regular dude.
Yeah.
Now I would still have my drum. I would probably have a couple of them.
Well, you want to
Like, I
keep
would
them
have a
around.
couple of
If
them,
there's anything I
know?
learned from him, it's like you can be super rich one day and lose it all the next, and
Yeah.
then get it back.
And I'd probably buy me
know?
a few more Grammys. I ain't
Well,
gonna lie.
you
I ain't
didn't
gonna
buy
lie.
that.
I
You
mean,
earned
like,
that. You earned that. You didn't
Well,
buy
yeah,
that.
but then I could buy me a few more, just to so it wasn't alone. But I mean, but I would still be
24
the
Grammys on the wall.
Yeah, I'd still be the same humble me.
Of
And,
course.
have a couple paintings of me
Taking
done,
pictures.
You know. But I mean,
Hang them above the mantle.
flattering
Yeah.
kind of paintings.
Yeah.
Not
No, of
you know.
course. Stoic paintings. if you
stoic
will.
paintings. Yeah, something that serious,
Yeah.
serious stuff.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's
Guyamania. Yeah.
yeah. Hey, it does make me feel better. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I was sitting here playing my guitar before we got on.
Well, you're wearing his colors, man. You got his
And-
colors
and,
on.
And
Yeah.
it does. It feels good.
Yeah.
It makes you feel like you got, like you're ready. Like,
Yeah.
I,
For anything.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
absolutely
I could
anything.
like immediately put my guitar down and throw a couple push-ups out and a couple one-arm pull-ups and
choke
stuff.
slams.
I could play the
yeah.
drum. I could hit that off. You know what I mean? So it's like I feel like I'm ready, pretty much,
Oh, there
for
you go.
anything.
Yeah.
And I got my hat.
Well,
I got
that's
my
the
hat.
thing. That's the
Yeah.
thing. So
I got my hat.
seals it off. It seals that air off. Perfect.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it pretty much puts the explanation point on everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
That way everybody can take me seriously, because I've realized with the other stuff that it could be, so I felt like it was important that I, just
Well,
highlighted it.
a real American.
Yeah.
I'm a real American.
Not Canadian.
I'm not a Canadian, so that
No,
wouldn't
he's the
fit-
Canadian. He's the
Yeah,
Canadian. He
yeah,
represents the
yeah,
Canadian side.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just I'm the
the
other.
true to wrestling side up. Yeah.
yeah.
No joke.
That's
we used
funny.
to wrestling in town. So like the area I come from is very small, 1,700 people. But wrestling was so huge on the island, okay?
Yeah.
That every Saturday night there was local wrestling, right? And you had like, I guess they're little people. You call them
Yeah.
the little people wrestling, and you have like 30 little people
Yeah.
wrestling like one huge
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
And the
That's
place would
great.
be packed, just packed to the rafters, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet it will. I bet, man.
Oh yeah, yeah. Saturday night wrestling in town, boys. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lost Souls Club in the house. Shout out to you, man. Hey, we've had a pretty good time talking about Hulk, though, because I like to take the opportunity, like when I like to take the opportunity to remember him in the fun way. Like, I don't want to be here. I mean, I don't mind a somber moment and remember the man and just
No.
respectfully say, like, hey, we're thinking of your family and everything like that. We know that they got a real family that's got to go through
Yeah.
stuff. But for those
Yeah.
of us that's fans, it gives us an opportunity to go back through our childhood. Like, I remember my little lunchbox. I wish I'd been smart enough to keep stuff like that as I grew up, but I wasn't.
You
But
got
I
the one that
remember
had
my
the
little
thermos
lunchbox.
inside on the top.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I had the pimp style one. I had
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
And I felt like I deserved to carry it. You know what I mean? Like, I was pretty cool in elementary school.
I hope you're
felt
reading
like.
your vitamins and doing your homework.
Yeah. Yeah, I ain't my Flintstones.
Oh yeah, shout out to Flintstone Vitamins.
Like a lot of times, like as soon as mom would go to the grocery store and bring them home, I'd eat all mine right then. That way I knew I had the month, like
What
I'm
was your
good.
favorite color? I like the grape
All of them.
ones.
I
Did
ate them
you?
all. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I was
I
one of
didn't
those
care for
addictive
orange.
personality kind of guys. It
This
was
is,
something that just,
this is all starting to
I
make
felt like if
sense.
the bottle said 4, then 8 would really pump me up. You know.
Well, that's just good sense, really.
Yeah,
I mean,
I felt like it worked out. I don't know.
for
Maybe
any
wear a
children
couple of these
listening,
twitches.
please follow the label.
Yeah, maybe I could wear a couple of these little twitches and stuff I got come from. I ain't 100% sure. I ain't gonna say it
Do they
ain't.
even sell those things anymore?
I don't
Flintstone?
know, but shout out to
Well,
'em.
yeah,
Got
hopefully
me through
so.
a period of time.
Good old Fred. Yeah.
Yeah, but everybody, what was that? You had the lunchbox, and then you had your little figurine.
Yep.
There was one other thing there was something else that I
Did you have the flag, the big Hulkamania flag?
I didn't.
No.
I don't know. I didn't.
The
I
flag.
can't remember. I just had.
Man,
Man,
me and my brother, like, we had a huge collection of wrestling paraphernalia. We both liked Hulk Hogan, so we had loads of stuff. So, like, I remember, like, you could only get them in the States, and I think it was Florida we got them in, actually, which were, like, these huge, like, 4-liter popcorn. Like, it came with popcorn filled inside of it, but it was a metal exterior. So you
Yeah.
had, like, Hulk Hogan on one side, Hulkamania on the other side. You could get, like, any of the wrestlers at the time. But that's when things kind of went from, like, you know what I mean? I think it started with the flags and the shirts because, like, you'd always do the shirt rip thing, right?
yeah, I did have one of his Hulkamania shirts that he gave me,
Nice,
but I grew
nice.
out of it, so I got rid of it.
Do you still have it around?
Nah, I just threw it away as hell.
Oh,
I didn't need that no more. I grew out of it.
oh. So what do you think? How do you
It's
feel
an
now?
unbelievable story, ain't
How do you feel now? Yeah,
it? No, man.
yeah.
I did have one of those story. It wasn't one that he gave me. I was lying, little lie about that, but it sounded good.
It
But I
did
did grow
sound
out
great.
of it. I did grow out of the one that I
Yeah,
had, and then
yeah.
I got rid of it. But it was bought in the kids department. But
Oh yeah, and he had the headbands like you're wearing right now.
headbands,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
man,
He had the
yeah, man.
headbands and the wristbands. He had all
Yeah, I
that
thought
stuff.
those everybody. I thought everybody don't have these.
No,
Oh,
no,
oh,
no, they
I thought
don't.
everybody had 'em.
But I
Oh,
think you should bring it back. You
well,
know.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I,
why
I
not?
thought I
Yeah,
Well,
get a pair of those tight
news to me,
underwear.
breaking news. I didn't know this. Huh.
No,
I
no,
thought
that's
everybody had their
mm-mm,
stuff, their gear. How in the
no.
hell do they get anything done in the day if they don't have their stuff?
I don't know. You know, it makes choke slams and
That's
body presses hard to do.
yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
what else you would do, right?
I don't know either.
No,
I don't know.
yeah,
Mind blown,
man.
Sean. Mind blown. I
Yeah.
can't believe what things have come to.
I wonder if Ozzy Osbourne ever met Hulk Hogan.
Oh, dude, yeah.
I'm sure they crossed
There
paths
wasn't
once.
nobody
Yeah,
that Ozzy didn't meet in that
yeah,
kind of realm. And I say that in the most lighthearted kind of way, but
yeah.
everybody wanted to know Ozzy, and Ozzy probably wanted to know everybody. You know what I mean?
Probably. Yeah,
And what baffled me about Ozzy was, even though he was on, a lot of stuff, he admittedly, I'm not saying anything controversial, he admittedly was on a lot of drugs. But
hmm,
man, he could tell some killer stories and could remember
yeah,
like moments that things happen. He might not remember like exactly, what city or whatever, because I mean, hell, they were in a different city every day. So that
yeah,
was,
yeah.
but like he could remember, who was there, who was partying, what was going on and all this kind of stuff. So it's like he had a sharp mind, and he was a history kind of guy too,
Yes, he
talking about
was.
Ozzy. He
He
was.
was. Yeah, it's surprised. You know, it shouldn't be, but I guess like you look at some of these people as like icons, and for me, like I've always just kind of pictured them in that role.
Yeah, yeah,
But then
yeah,
when you like hear about some of their interests and they get on about it, you're like, whoa, like this
yeah.
guy, like, and then it makes sense. It's like listen to what he was writing about, listen to how they presented themselves. I mean, this is all stuff that they learned and then applied. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
very
Yep.
cool stuff, I
It
think.
is, man.
Yeah.
And that's where I guess like for those of us that are fans or whatever, that I'm not the kind of dude that would be like starstruck by somebody, but it would be nice to just see how they really are. Like to
Yeah.
just kind of watch how they really interact with everybody. And it wouldn't take long. You'd know if they
Yep.
were, if they, hey, I tell you what, man, I seen, and I don't care to be, I don't care what anybody thinks, to be right
Mhm.
real honest, but I was watching that stupid show back in the day. But them kids that was staying at that house there, that was, Battle of the Band or whatever it was on on MTV and all this or
Okay.
whatever about and old Diddy, what
Oh
was he
yeah.
calling himself back then? I can't even remember what the hell he was calling himself back then. But he had,
Puff Daddy,
yeah, whatever it was.
whatever it
But
was.
man, he sickened me just by the way that, like, he had people coming in supposed to be, going to give him a foot massage while he's also conducting
Duh.
business with somebody.
Did
And I
you?
thought, man, you nasty dude. Like, I'd love to just reach down and snap one of them toes
I
real
never liked
good
that
for him.
dude. I never liked him. One of the first videos I
Man.
made on my channel back in the day was when all this crap was going on with him. And then I don't know how accurate it is. I'm gonna fact check it, but I heard that basically he got like every charge dropped except for like the minor. And they're like, yeah, he's gonna walk and blah
Well,
blah
the thing
blah.
is, they overcharged them, and like just knowing a little bit about it that I do know, um, you know, it was, some of the things that they were trying, they just didn't have. If you don't have the stuff, then you don't have it. You know what I mean? And they should
Yeah.
have just focused in on the ones, on certain ones. I'm not an attorney, so I don't really understand all that garb, but I did hear an awful lot about it. Not necessarily because I wanted to, but every
No.
time you turn the dang TV on,
Yeah.
that's what you heard. And but I can tell you this: I don't know nothing about the man, but and at that point in his life, nothing like this had ever been said or done, or nothing like that. But in my mind, I'm like, dude, man, you ain't that. Nobody's that freaking important in that part. Like, quit it,
No,
quit
no,
it.
no.
Get your work done. Then, if you want to go get you a foot massage, then go pay to get. But you don't have to demean somebody, have them come in and hunker down in front of you, and then have somebody across the table from you supposedly doing your business and everything.
Which is an
while you're getting
interesting
your foot
point.
massage.
An interesting
Like, quit
point
it,
because
dude.
like one of the big things I know in his case was that kind of degradation of people, right?
Yeah,
Like that
man,
seemed to be his.
quit it.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
there's
agree.
Marshall
That's
Rockstar,
Marshall was the
man.
one asking the other day. I'm pretty sure you were asking about who did we think was going to be next.
Isn't
Never
that
thought it was
crazy,
going to be
man?
Hulkster, man.
No, man,
Never
but
thought so.
and I think you were. I think it might have been worded like, what was the next front man going to be?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
Hulk is the ultimate front man. I mean, yeah, I mean, you know what
yeah,
I mean. It
dude.
might not be a rock band, but as far as front man, all
Hmm.
around everything, he was a front man, dude.
Oh yeah.
And
Well,
like,
I mean, like
man,
especially like I would definitely say he was a front man,
he was,
particularly
yeah,
when he came back and he started doing the NWO thing. Like nobody's seen that coming. And then he had all
yeah,
these big stars coming out behind him, and they had a group, and he was the front man of that group, you know.
yeah, yeah.
And what a wild thing to see because I remember watching some stuff on it, and they were like the only wrestler that ever was able to transfer from the good guy to the bad guy to the good guy was
Yeah.
Hulk. No one
Yeah.
else could do it. Like they'd have
He
their
was the
careers
Hulk.
destroyed. Yeah.
He was the
So
Hulk.
yeah, he made
Old
her
Marshall
happen, man.
Rockstar, man. Good to have you back in the house, though. Good
Yeah,
to see you,
appreciate you.
man. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it. Thank everybody for being here, man.
Yeah,
Lost Souls, we see you. Let me get up through here.
yeah.
Magic of Healing, good to see you, my friend. Miss Jimena,
Hmm.
Patty, and she's from Clearwater Beach, is pretty close. She was talking about Hulk.
Yeah,
I'm just coming back up through our comments, and we also mentioned Malcolm Jamal Walker.
yeah,
Um, hey, they had their mark, man. So shout out
yeah.
to everybody, man. We appreciate you guys. This is
Yes, we
Guy and
do.
Shine, Monday,
11,
Wednesday, Friday, 11 to
11 to
1.
1 Eastern
Go ahead
Standard
and
Time.
give them the shout out on We Be
Yeah,
Jamming,
so we'll be
man.
jamming Saturday, guys, and that's at Big Jack Story Time. So you can find them at Big Jack Story Time, 9 Eastern Standard Time. Me and Guy will be there as usual, but also there'll be other groups from all over the world. And it's maybe a bit too late right now, but if it's something that you're interested in doing, please hit up Big Jack or myself or Guy. Our emails are all on our pages, and it doesn't matter if it's music, poetry, comedy, anything artistic, it's what he wants and what we want to build up. So mark your calendars, tell your friends, and we'll see you there at 9
Yeah,
this
yeah,
Saturday. So
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, shout out to you. Good job. Yeah, shout out to you, Miss Patty. If you are asking us to learn that song, we will certainly.
we'll
If
do
that's
it.
what you're asking of us, I'll do my best with it. I don't know it well enough to be able to do it, but if that's what you're at, I'll make sure that we have some type of version of it. But hey, we appreciate all that kind of support, man. We just
Absolutely.
appreciate you guys being here. If you don't mind, hit the like button. Share the live stream out so that others can get it. Always good vibes, but today we're just kind of touching on Mr. Hulk Hogan, and we've also spoke on Ozzy, who we both lost this week, and
Yep.
you know they were just huge parts of our lives. So we appreciate y'all being here. We're going to play a little song for a second, get us a drink, and we'll be right back with some more. I'm gonna look up a few more things on Hulk.
And also, happy Friday, everybody.
Yeah,
it
thank
is
God it's
Friday, baby.
man. Yeah, we
Yeah.
made it.
That's
One more
it.
week under our belts, man.
Yep.
You know, hey, but you know what? You start making yourself feel like that you're counting down time or you're pushing the time. But no, it's just
Nah.
like Fridays or that's like that key point where it's like, okay, you made it to the weekend. You
Yeah,
know,
man.
chill, you know,
Let your
kind of
hair
mindset.
down. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
You know,
put your work in, time to have some living, you know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I know what she's talking. Miss Patty, I see you. She said I was only kidding around about that song. I remember it from Hee Haw. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dude, I love that, man. Oh, where are you tonight? Why did you leave me here all alone? Well,
There
I
you go.
searched the world over and thought I found true love. You met another and you were gone. Yeah. That was like, hey.
Classic.
But
Yeah.
all of us used to sit around and watch Hee Haw, Dukes of
Yeah.
Hazzard,
Mhm.
what was the other one? Knight Rider.
Knight Rider.
MacGyver.
MacGyver. Best show
Oh.
ever, man.
Yeah, yeah, the 18.
Dallas. Did
The
you watch Dallas?
Oh, shit. I was that.
Who shot JR?
Yeah, yeah. My mom and dad
Yeah.
watched it, and you know, as a kid, just by default, you knew
Mhm.
everything. You know what I mean? Because you was there
course.
while it was on. So, yeah, I watched
Yeah.
Dallas. Yeah, I knew everything about Dallas, man.
It's
Yeah,
so funny how like certain things you pop and the person's like boom, like oh yeah, man,
Yeah.
I'm right there. I remember every bit of it.
Oh, I can smell the popcorn. Yeah. Yeah, it's odd,
absolutely.
man. It takes
Yeah.
you back, man. Makes you feel tougher than you really are. Like some songs, you know.
Yeah. Well, you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, this is a little song that I wrote called Head Over Heels. You can find it anywhere you find music. I appreciate y'all being here. This is Guy and Shine 11 to 1, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Always good vibes. Appreciate you
Eastern
guys.
Standard Time.
Yeah. I've been around. I've seen some things. I've moved so fast, you'd better not blink. I've lived and loved, I've loved and lost. When I met you, I sure didn't fall head over heels in love. It's all the little things that you do. You pick me up and you stand me tall. When I met you, I sure didn't fall head over heels in love. I rush right home when my work day's done. so I can see you and my son. You pick me up and you stand me tall. When I met you, I sure didn't fall head over heels in love with you. It's all the little things that you do. You pick me up and you stand me tall. When I met you, I sure didn't fall head over heels in love with you. Head over heels in love with you.
Oh man, here we go again. We're going to create change. Make it happen this time. Let's go. Always good vibes. Get out of the open.
Thank God it's Friday, guys. Appreciate y'all being here. This is Time Shine, 11 to 1. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, Eastern Standard Time. Always good vibes. Appreciate you all, man. I hope you all had an outstanding weekend. Got a bunch of big plans for the weekend. Always good vibes, guys. Always good vibes. We appreciate y'all being here, man. Shout out to each and every one of you. Highway 97 North. You are on live. Yeah, we are on live. Shout out to you, man. Good to see you this morning. Magic of Healing. Hey, thank you very much. That's a really old song of mine, but I appreciate that. I just decided that I'd start putting some of my music out. So thank you. I appreciate it. It's fun to share and encouraging when people enjoy it. So thank you. Miss Patty, she said back when we only had 4 channels. Yeah, we're really telling our age too, ain't we? Because hey,
Let's see.
I was the remote control. Dad would be like, "Hey, I better change that."
You guys had 4. You were blessed. We had what we called TFC, 2 effing channels.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny, man. Hey, so true, man. So true.
You had the rabbit ears trying to get yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Hey, but it was when, honestly, man, it was like, I remember that, like, that was the family's time when because my dad worked all the time. My mom worked, us kids was in school and had ball and other things going on. But that was that particular time when everything converged after dinner. After you got yourself settled down, then everybody converged, and that was your time to interact with Dad for a few minutes. That was your time to interact with Mom and Dad at the same exact time for a few minutes, because you seemed like you had one or the other. Now, Dad was usually up and gone before you got up, and then a lot of times he wasn't home until you was gone to bed. But
that's right.
it was those times when you got your chance to sit with each other and talk with each other, and it was a great time, because it looking back, you sat there and everybody knew the story plot, everybody knew kind of what was going on, so you could have your family dynamic happening at the same time that the show's happening, and like even things like commercial breaks. Mommy would sometimes put together brown sugar toast for us kids, because that was one of them things that mom would make. It was it was poor man's snack, but she put them old brown sugar toasts together, and then it made you look forward to the commercial break, because you knew that they were you knew something simple. As simple as it feels like, it was huge. It was massive. Like, man,
it was massive.
Yeah, or you'd hear that old popcorn popping in there, the old the old school popcorn popper in there doing
Yeah,
its
yeah,
thing, and
yeah,
it was just
yeah,
cool, man.
yeah. Now living in the country, man. I mean, like I remember it was my great grandparents that were the first ones to have like a TV. You know what I mean, with cable. So at any given time on a Sunday night, you'd have about 20 people in there, right? Like just packed, and everybody it was like you were right there at the show, and
Yeah,
everybody had their favorites and stuff like
yeah,
that. It was a cool
yeah.
time to be a kid. I'd say that for sure.
It was, man.
Yeah.
It was, and it really did. It kindly it created a little bit of a bonding moment for your for the
Yeah, it did.
family, because it was
Yep.
something for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Mom and dad didn't have to worry about there being nothing vulgar on it.
Nope.
Though there was some things that was a bit edgy. My mom and dad wasn't the kind of mom and dad's like, I mean,
Yeah.
there was some edgy stuff, but it was not nothing like it is now. You didn't say the F word or anything like
No.
that on
No.
that kind of, not back in the day, not
No, you didn't.
now. You'll turn on some of these mainstream channels and it'll be a solid bleep for a minute or two where they're
I
bleeping out the curse
yeah.
words on it, man,
Yeah,
which to each his own, but
I don't get that though. You know what I mean? Like it's something that I try to practice in my own life because like for a long time every second word was a curse word for me. And then I realized at a certain point it's like I don't like speaking like that and I don't like hearing people who do speak like that. So, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
man.
I just don't think it's a great
Well, like
I think we
on
got
what we
lucky. Yeah.
consider mainstream channels. If it's
Yeah.
considered a mainstream channel, then to me it's like, there's a time and a place for all that. But on the
Yep.
mainstream channels, you just kind of don't, you have you just don't. Like when I say like our local channels or local, where just, it's like that. It used to be a family environment, and now you
Hmm.
got to kindly be, because some of it, man, like, I don't know. I just don't want to watch I don't want to watch a bunch of sex scenes with my kid. I,
Yeah,
I'm
man.
just that guy. It's not
Yeah.
that I don't think he knows about that stuff, or that I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
I know that, but I just don't feel it's appropriate as a grown ass man to sit
Oh.
with my son and watch some
Hmm.
movie that portrays that in a way where I feel like I'm trying to raise a young man that does not weaponize. And when I say weaponized, meaning the sexual function,
Hmm.
it's weaponized like that. Like,
Yeah,
that's
it
not
is.
really what it's about, And I just, so for me, it's like, I don't know. It puts you in question as to everything you sit down and watch. It's like, I don't know what I don't know what they're gonna
It's
do.
interesting you bring that up because I'm not big into watching TV or anything. You know what I mean? Like not like it used to be anyway. And the last few shows that I have watched, yeah, it plays right into what you're saying. Like I mean, back in the day, I remember if there was a sex scene, let's say,
Oh, it was a kiss or something,
yeah, and a lot was left to the imagination.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
wasn't like
yeah.
15
That's
minutes
what
of
I'm
this
saying. Yeah.
45-minute program.
Like, I don't mind
Skip,
it to a
skip.
point, but it's
Yeah.
like they don't cut out a lot of stuff no more.
No, they don't.
And
No, they
it's like,
don't.
dang, man, that's a little much for me. Leave some to the imagination.
Yeah.
Like you said, leave a
Yeah.
little bit to the
Yeah.
imagination,
Yeah.
Like, but I
Exactly.
think that's why I like Daisy, for those of us that was youngins back then, young men. She was so beautiful, but there was so much left to your imagination
That's
as well.
right. Yeah, that's
There,
right.
there was an intrigue in that,
Yeah.
and that's, yeah. Leave
Yeah.
some to the imagination. I think it would serve us all well in
I
the
think
end.
so. I think so. Yeah.
We got Highway 97 North, old school maker video movies, and friends, family getting together for a video movie. Surround sound, those were the 80s. And my
Hmm.
mama told me Ozzy Osbourne was bad and Kiss the heavy metal band. Yeah, yeah. Me too. Me too. It's not that way no more, but it
No.
was back then.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
we talked about that yesterday, or Wednesday, when
Wednesday,
we
yeah.
talked about Ozzy. I said, there was times back in the day when he first come out as Sabbath, and as the first parts of Ozzy.
Yeah.
Parents was like, you don't want to do that, and you
Prince
don't
of
want to be that.
Darkness, I don't think really helped his case. It's
Yeah,
like, you know.
it's
especially
like,
then. Yeah,
but then all of a sudden, those
yeah.
old ladies and parents that was like, I don't like him. As soon as they seen him on
His
TV
TV
and they
show.
seen that
Yeah.
he was endearing and he was just a lovable kind of old dude that just said what he wanted and had a funny accent.
Yeah.
It was like, and then when he done that thing with Jack, where he done reactions to stuff. Hey, those times he said exactly, except it was a little bit different accent.
Yeah.
What I wanted to say.
Mhm.
I mean, it was like, and I loved it. It was like,
Bloody hell.
yeah, that's bad ball lightning. It's ball lightning. It's clearly ball lightning. It'd be like you could damn not see the string attached to the chair that slid across the floor, and you go, oh, that's ball lightning. You know, something.
Oh yeah,
silly.
it's ghost hunting stuff. Yeah, that
Yes,
was funny.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was just, but he also impressed me with his knowledge on
Yeah.
not only American history, but English history or whatever you
Mhm.
would call it. So he was a very smart, very smart man, and apparently, a lot
Yeah.
more to him than just what met the eye, I guess. In some,
Which was the like again coming into like the era with Hogan, like getting to see him as a family man and like how he was trying to deal with after being wrestling and a superstar and just being home. It was neat to see people as those kind of guys, like any kind of person, but seeing them like what they're like in their real life, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
or as close to as it I guess TV portrays it. But I know by both their accounts, like it was pretty close to what they were experiencing, right? So, yeah, very interesting.
Gen X, when my stepdad finally bought a motor that went on the antenna pole, and we could turn it from inside, I thought we was highfalutin. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you were at the top.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
There was no further to go. It
Yeah.
was like, we are the
Did you
precipice.
guys have those like illegal satellite boxes at the
Oh,
end of the
yeah, I
cards?
thought everybody did.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
everybody.
did. We did.
Yeah.
Everybody
Oh,
chip in
everybody.
$5 for the pay-per-view, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, yeah, man. Yeah,
They
shout
zap
out to
your
the
thing,
'90s, man.
yeah.
Coming up when me and my first wife was married, man, we was poor. Both of us was poor. I
Yeah,
think I was
yeah.
making $6 an hour, and she was making $5.35 an hour at the Walmart.
Mhm.
And we was renting a place. We never lived at home with our parents or anything. We had our own little spot, but we found a dude that would burn whatever you want to call it, burn the card and set it up for you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was a real hellraiser, real gangster back in the day. Yeah, I used to
Yeah.
get like a deal if I would take 2 or 3 with me.
That's
Oh
right.
yeah, I was I was real insider, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, Patty,
Mafia
I get
ties. Mafia ties.
Yeah, the piracy mafia ties.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, you.
And then it'd be
yeah.
like, oh, if your satellite gets zapped, you got to pull it out and put this code in real
Yeah,
quick.
yeah.
It's like, all right,
Yeah.
let's do that.
Yeah,
But
it was
yeah,
real
I remember
inside
making them
stuff.
big.
I don't
photo
even like to
balls.
talk about it. I feel
No. No, it's probably for your own security.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
That's right.
I just
Yeah. Yeah, you never know, right?
You never know. You never know. The more intuitive me.
Yeah.
Good afternoon to you. But glad to have you here. Thank you. I'm coming up through the comments, getting you. Brother Gen X in the house. Thank you. Brother Desi. Let's see here. Magic of Healing in the house. Miss Amina, Miss Patty. Thank you all very much. We got 10 people in the house. Appreciate y'all being here. This is Gone Shine. 11 to 1. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, Eastern Standard Time. We've been leaning in on Mr. Hulk Hogan. And we also talked about Mr. Ozzy Osbourne earlier in the week, and it's funny because Marshall, who was just in here, shout out to you,
Yeah.
Rockstar, Marshall Rockstar. I think he was the one that asked because
He
we were
was.
talking about
Yeah.
losing people, and he was like, "I wonder which one of which one will be, which one of the icons will be next, or which one of our
Yeah.
frontmen will be next." And man, sure enough, I mean, if you think about it, Hulk Hogan in my mind, when I really think front
Yeah.
man, not just band wise, but just front man, he was the ultimate front man. Like he was the front
Absolutely.
man.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. I mean, like that was. I mean, like you see all these guys doing stuff now, and we kind of talked about that a little bit before. But I mean, if you were there and you remember how it was, and then you seen this man come out with that song playing and just that energy and like stomping around the ring, it's like, who is this? And how can I be more like them?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a
Yeah.
good example too. I thought so at the time anyway,
Yeah.
because it was like, the world needed a hero, and there he was. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
And he was larger than life, literally.
absolutely,
Larger than life.
yeah,
Wow. The
yeah,
epitome of what a man in that in physical sense, but it seemed like also in personal growth sense.
yep.
He
I think
understood
so.
that life was a growing process. Like you
Mm-hmm.
don't stop growing till you die, as far as like learning and
Yep.
bending and twisting and doing what you got to do and all this kind of stuff. And I just appreciate that, man. So
Yeah.
shout out to him. Highway 97 North said, they're talking about Ozzy, 190 million. Let me pull it up here where I can
Yeah,
see
to
it.
homeless shelters and children's causes. His last concert, rising out of the pit in a chair, all part of the show. That always paid tickets and brought folks. Yeah,
That's, man.
absolutely. That's wild. I actually did not know that.
Well, shout out
That's
to using
incredible.
your fame for something bigger than yourself. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Let's
yeah,
see. There's something Ozzy, Prince, Michael Jackson, Elvis
yeah.
Presley, Frank Sinatra, Hulk Hogan. It was all part of the show. In interviews, they all had a belief in Jesus. That's awesome.
Which is
That is
actually
awesome.
really interesting because I kind of like I knew that about Hulk, and when you were saying about the baptism, like how he
Yeah,
just did it not long ago, I thought,
yeah,
wow, that's wild. Because
it
yeah, I
is.
do remember him, talking a lot about that, and yeah, it was interesting. You know what I
It
mean?
is.
Because it got you thinking about stuff maybe you never did before. So
Well, I think for me, it's always important that I lean in on my faith, and I make no bones about my faith, but I also leave an open heart, and I let people know that that is not an inclusive thing to me. Like you're not invited because you don't necessarily call it the same name I do, because it's my
right,
personal thing that, man, if somebody's believing in something in a power higher than themselves, then they're
mm-hmm,
on the right track.
that's right.
They're on the right track,
Yep,
because there's things bigger than you. I call it Jesus.
yep.
Maybe you'll come to a point in which that you recognize it as that. Maybe you'll come to a point where whatever it is,
However
whatever,
you understand it.
refer it,
Yeah,
yeah. But
yep.
to me, it's about recognizing, man, that there is definitely a higher power at work, whatever you want
Mm-hmm.
to call it, however it works, because I don't know exactly how everything works. Nobody does. You know what I mean?
Nobody knows, and
It's like,
I hopefully before my time comes to an end, you'll see this part of it passing where people are arguing over words, and I
like,
don't
come
want to
on.
minimize it. It's like whatever I'm fine with it.
It's like
We
whatever.
don't need to get. We're talking about the same thing as far as I know.
Yeah,
We're
like
just using different words, and I don't
yeah,
see the problem with that.
yeah.
So,
That's
you know,
basically how I feel. It's like,
yeah,
okay, we can get into the minute little tiny
if you
things,
want,
but it's like,
yeah,
or we could just talk about wrestling and just know that we both know that there's something bigger than
yeah,
us.
yeah,
And
exactly.
I'm happy with that. If a man or a woman will at least recognize there's something bigger than themselves at work,
Hmm.
then we got something to work together with. We're good. Then
Absolutely,
I don't need to hear
absolutely.
no more. Let's
Yep.
get her done. Let's get, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
Even if it's as
yeah,
simple as the greater good for all, you know what I mean? And
yeah,
like that in itself
hey,
is something, you know what I mean?
I'm
Like
good
it's a
with
big
that.
part of it. So
Well,
yeah.
the Indians used to, they referred to several different things as their, the things that they, look, the sun or the wind or the,
Yep.
rain or whatever it was. I mean, they
Hmm.
look to that kind of, I don't, like I say, it's about
Creator, like that's the key
something
word that
bigger
they
than
use. Yep.
ourselves. If you believe in that, then you're on the right path, in my
Yep.
personal opinion. Then the rest of it is a personal journey. Once
Yep.
again,
Yep.
it's about you reaching for the knowledge that you want, and then you apply what you get from it and make your own path. It's your path. It's, it's your footprints in the like
Yep.
you walk the path.
Yep.
So for me, it's always been pretty simple to shut that kind of argument down, because it's like, well, as long as we both can agree that, we understand that there's something bigger than us at work, then I don't care what you call. I mean, it's
No.
like saying,
No.
You
Yeah.
can't have that candy bar. Well, I don't care if you call it candy bar or just an awesome snack. Is it like a candy bar? Is
Yeah.
awesome. You know, hey, it's an awesome snack. You're right. It's like,
Correct.
I
Yeah.
mean, and I
Yeah.
find it healthy. Makes me feel good. You know,
Works for me.
uh,
You
by
know,
by the
yeah.
more intuitive me, have an outstanding
Yeah,
weekend.
have a great weekend. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for stopping in. We
And
appreciate
if you got
it.
time, stop by tomorrow night at Big Jack Story Time,
Yeah.
9 Eastern Standard Time for Weeby
Yeah.
Jamming. Good
Good
music,
shout out.
poetry, comedy.
Good shout out. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's fun, and we've been fortunate enough to be able to be you know, witness to him starting it and
Mhm.
like taking a step on faith is what I mean. He just like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and I
Yeah.
appreciate that. Like, you know, hey, and he's gotten
Absolutely.
better and better and better, and he does a
Man,
lot of other
he
things
doesn't
as well.
stop, man. He does a lot of cool things. If you're not familiar with Big Jack, you should definitely go check him out because he does a lot of really neat things. Whether it's iron sharpening iron or Battle of the Sexes or Gentleman's Journal or Weeby Jamming, the man is always moving and doing cool things. So, yeah,
Indeed.
worth your
Indeed.
time. Yeah.
Highway 97 North, I recognize that comment so strongly because my time in the penitentiary, you know, I found that, man, there's
Hmm.
no reason for argument because I feel like we're all kind of leaning it like, hey, we all get that there's something bigger than us, and it's about, you know, it's kind of it's your path, man. You've got to choose that. Like, I don't get to choose that for you. You don't get to choose that for
No,
me. That's your thing.
no.
And for us to get along as humans does not mean we have to that has to be a, you know, like, okay, this is pinpointed what you. Hey, I don't care, man. If you're going to treat
It
me
shouldn't
good,
matter.
if you're
Yep.
going to treat me good and treat me like my life matters, then that means you believe in something a little bit bigger than ourselves. That
Yep.
means that you have a conscience. That means that you know that you're trying to recognize the right from wrongs and live with a moral compass that's not of you.
Yeah.
To me, the person that their moral compass is of themselves,
Yep.
well, that's that egotistical, you know, individual that
Well,
would
I'm
you
right and
know,
you're wrong, blah, blah. No,
dangerous.
you know, like that's where you got to take that beat for a second and be like, well, let me just hear this fella out. You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
why I say, man, like we've talked about it, bro. Like to
yep.
ever shun your family or something over a thought process behind
No,
something that doesn't have doesn't make a hill of beans.
no.
That it doesn't make a hill of beans what their politics are, that or what their belief is, or
No.
if they're going to be good to you and everything, then
What's
man,
the problem here?
you don't
Yeah.
erase people or shun people like that. I want to
You
hear.
should embrace it. You know what I mean? That's my personal beliefs. It should be
Yeah,
embraced. I might not necessarily agree with every dotted line you put on that paper,
yeah.
but I'm willing to hear you out, and I'm not going to sit here and argue with you because
Yeah,
who
once
is
again,
that right?
it
You know?
comes to at what
So,
point did it become accepted to proclaim it? You know, hey,
mm,
I accept whatever you want to live by. I
hey,
don't care. You can do
no.
whatever it is, but I don't proclaim that. I'm not going to live that way. But you can
Ah.
do whatever you want. It's your
And
way.
I mean, we can
And
all
it's
get
like,
along. Like that's
yeah,
the
it's
thing.
like I don't.
Like
Yeah, like
we,
it doesn't make you
if
a
I
bad
don't know you,
person.
we're
Doesn't make
getting
me.
along. So why does the conversation change it into something else? You know what I mean? It should be a progressive thing, I think. So,
It
you
is.
know, and maybe I'll
Oh,
like, you know, chances are I'll learn something too. Because even going back to the Quran, I remember the first time I had that conversation with someone, and I'll be honest, the hair stood up on the back of my neck because I didn't know what I was about to get into. And then you start listening to the explanation, and then I'm thinking, well, this is exactly the same way I was brought up. It's just you're using a different word for the same
right.
thing,
and
you
and
know?
we grow to associate, you know, just through malfeasance of news organizations
Yeah.
to understand as that everything was radical. Man, you got radical crap on both sides that I don't
You got
concur
radical
with at
everywhere,
all.
my man. Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
call that crap out every chance I
Yep.
get, man.
Yep.
You're like, hey, that's
No.
not real.
That is not the mass
Yeah,
representation of the group. This is a
yeah,
select, small
yeah.
percentage that they're
Highway
making you believe
97
is the
North
way it
says,
is.
when that metal door slams shut in the jailhouse, another door opens in life. And that's so true. I
Yep.
found out quick that my people skills, not my toughness, not my big physique, you know, Wasn't going to be what got me through. It was going to be my people skills. It was going to be how I carried myself, and putting my faith in higher power.
Yep.
Put my faith in that everything's going to be all right if I, I do what I got to do. And I, and that's so true. That's so true. But it also opened up, in my heart, like Sal, who was my bunkie right beside me, he was Muslim. And, but he was one of my best good friends. And I got to know so much about a man that maybe in life we would have never ran into each other. But I can tell you, man, he still holds that memory in my head because one, he was a big black guy. He was a tough dude. You know what I mean? He had big arms like me. And
24-inch pythons, brother.
Yeah, it did make me feel better that he was my buddy. Like me and him were pals, man. Like, we were so tight. We wound up going to the halfway house together. We was in the penitentiary together for about 17 months. I was at the last spot for about 2 months before he got there. I think I might be wrong about that. We might have got there at the same time, but we were, dude, I mean, he done his own thing. Obviously, I done my own thing, but at the end of the day, man, it made a friendship that if I ran into that man on the street, I would, it would be like homecoming. I think he's from New York. I think that might be where he went back to, or he might still be in the area where, I last seen him at. But, that's one of those things that it did open your heart, your mind to a different environment, a different kind of people, and learning how to handle different vibes, different ways that people dealt with things. But another thing I did learn was that men are men. Didn't matter if they were born in the ghetto, and didn't matter if they were born in the middle of the sticks here where I'm at, whatever you want to call it. It didn't matter. They missed their mom. They missed their dad, their uncle, or they missed their girlfriend, they missed their wife, they missed their kids. And in some ways, most were wanting to do better. They just weren't giving nothing to work with to do better.
That's right.
If not given a tool to do something differently, then if you're going to keep using the tool you have because it's a tool. But if it's the wrong tool for the job, then you're not going to get nowhere. And I've seen years of opportunity that we could have took some of these men, and I can only speak from the men's standpoint because they wouldn't ship me to a woman's prison at the time. I did
Imagine
ask.
if you were in today.
I did ask. I did ask. I ain't gonna lie, I did.
Things have changed, guy.
Hey,
I don't know if you've seen the news.
Hey, Miss Buell, if you're out there, you know who I'm talking about, Miss Buell. If you're out there, you can vouch for me that I did. I sent a request one time. I was at Botetourt. And man, it was they took your tobacco away. They took everything. And I'd come from I'd come from a penitentiary where you could smoke, all that.
Yeah.
Well, they threw all that stuff away and everything, and it was just miserable, and I was just hating life. So I put in this long, request form to be shipped. To be, and I asked to go to the women's penitentiary that was a few miles out the road, and then I got like this no back.
You might have a suit on your hands. Today they can't say no.
Yeah, it was hilarious. So I was
There's a 7 foot tall man.
It was
I need to go to the women's prison.
It was my full hat then. That was what made me feel better, was to just make fun of the situation. Like, man, this sucks, man. Like, this is stupid. I hated that place for a minute. And I once again, Lord works in mysterious ways. It made me really not like the last few months of my time, because I hated that place. I hated the way that things were structured. I hated the opportunity that was being peed away. And then I hated the fact, dude, I was 14 days away from my release date.
Yep.
And my dad had already, approved my home plan, as far as let him know that, he's got, I'm going to pick him up, all this, blah, 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 approved. And then man, they come in and wake me up. Like I say, man, I'd already started giving stuff away and already kind of like I'm hitting the door in 2 weeks, like riding my time on out. Done been there at that spot for 19 months. I'd already done, my full
Yeah, full
30. I'd done
run. Yeah.
31 months at this time, 30 months
Wow.
at this time. And 14 days for my actual release date, they come in and ship me to this halfway house, and another 6 months. I was December 17th coming home from actually getting to come home. You know, and man, that just made me despise that place. I ain't gonna
That's
lie,
something I'd like to
it made
talk
me
about
despise
next
that
week.
place.
Maybe is does the punishment fit the crime? Because I'm telling you, some of the stuff I've seen here, I'll say over the last 3-4 years, I sit back and shake my head, knowing your situation, knowing my own situation, and thinking, how did the hammer drop so hard on some and other people just keep walking through the door? You
I
know what
don't
I
know.
mean?
I
And
do.
it's not that I'm upset or angry about any of it, but it's just foolish to me. That's the best way I can
No.
sum it up. You know?
We keep talking. I know here in the States, man, big thing was, well, here in Virginia, it was 86% recidivism rate when I was in prison. And,
Jumpins.
they would talk about that, and they would use their education as psychiatrists, or their education as counselors, or their just the fact that that was their job and they had
Yeah.
that little bit of say.
Hmm.
They would use that as such a touting kind of number, and it was like, I had to have my opportunities to point out to them, you're the reason that
Hmm.
that number's the way it is, man.
Yep. Yep.
And it realistically, what are you doing to improve that? Because the status quo isn't working.
Nope.
That was my whole gripe with the thing, is like, hey guys, if we've been doing this for the past 10 years
And it ain't
and we've
working.
got an 86% recidivism rate,
Should we not try
then
something else?
maybe we should give something else a
Yep.
little bit of a try.
Worst
And
thing ever that I heard was stop encouraging people to be better. I remember that. I'll never forget that. And, in my mind, it was like I still had that. If you tell me no, just watch me, but it switched as opposed to being like, the earlier things that got me in the same place it was the same thing that's going to get me out of here. And then being told by the same people that are trying to help these people get out, don't encourage them, don't let them believe in themselves. What are we here for exactly then? Because it certainly doesn't sound like reform.
yeah, well,
Anyway,
it's one of those deals. Now I realize, and I'm the first one to just point out, honest to goodness, the way I see it. I was in there with a lot of men that they didn't want to do no better. It's what they wanted.
yeah,
They had
fair.
exactly what they wanted. But I was also in there with that. There was a handful of people that, even from a common sense angle, looking at someone, I could see that they had potential. They wanted, they seeked knowledge. And I think if we took those opportunities to you know let those people that are really, they're trying to figure out a different way, we give them a little different way, maybe they'll use it. But I don't know, they use, for me, I felt like they used the I did make out well at the halfway house. I had a good job and all that kind of stuff. But it felt like a punishment to me, instead of it feeling like a reward for being a good inmate and being I had a good home plan. There was lots of men in there that could have used going to a halfway house because they didn't have nowhere to go. But yet, they used it as a punishment, and it really did send me on one of those bad paths for a few weeks. And then it's like, you know, all right, man, do what you got to do, ride this
Hmm.
out, all this kind of stuff. For me, I just kind of reason it out, like, okay, whatever, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to spend the rest of my time in it, because that was the thing, is like, if you buck the program, going to the program, well, I only have 14 days left on my sentence, but their threat to us was that you would lose all of your good time
That's right.
if you
Yep.
didn't do it. So therefore, it was not a choice for me. I was 14 days from going home. I hadn't seen my mother in 3 years. You know
Uh-huh.
what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
the last thing on my mind was doing another 6 months. I had behaved, done everything I was supposed to, trying to not get in trouble, not lose my good time, and then you took 5.5 months of my good time from me for doing a good job. That's how I looked at it. That's how it, from
Yeah.
my experience, it felt. But
Yeah.
obviously, you're a big part of the system. You're just a number. You're not. They're not really trying to help you. And that's where I realized that Miss Buell, the people that I respected so much, I realized they were powerless because I know that if she would have had, I don't want to say I know. I want to say that I feel like that if she would have been in any type of way to stand up and say, "Nah, man, come on now. He's 14 days from going. You don't want to do." I think she might would have done it, but I was just, it was one of them deals. You're going like that's the way it is.
Yeah.
You're signed up to, that's the way it goes.
It's
Uh,
been decided. By
it's
the
been,
time
you're
you know,
not.
it's already been decided.
Yeah, like you
Yeah.
didn't get. It's not like you got to say, "Nah, I don't want to get on the. I don't want to get on that."
I'd
bus."
rather not.
Yeah, I'd rather not. Highway 97 North said, "I know a lot. The Muslim faith, as all my relatives on my wife's side, and we had lots of good discussions. They believe in Jesus being a great prophet. I know, and that's, dude. I see. I'm with you.
Yeah.
If a mutual respect is all it takes. You don't have to be right. I don't have to be wrong. You don't have to be wrong. We don't have to be. Ain't none of us truly know jack squat.
No.
So it's like, whatever. Now, can we talk about baseball? Or can we talk about music? Can we talk about, what I mean?
Yeah,
I've seen this killer mushroom
should
out
be.
here that looked like from pictures it could be edible in that way.
Mushrooms are in season.
Yeah, like, it wasn't right out there. Like,
just,
you know.
Depends on what kind of edibles you're looking for. Yeah.
Elevated Einstein in the house. Appreciate you being
Yeah,
here, brother. Shout out to
absolutely.
you. We got to have some Virginia Mountain music. Cheers. Check out Joey's only caribou. I mean,
Yeah,
let me
put that
slow
up on the big
here,
one.
man. I know, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like the worst reader in the country, and I sound like
Caribou Weather Dude. That's a good name. He's got great music, weather on his channel, British Columbia mountain style. And
I love it
nice.
already.
Cool.
Love it already.
Rocky Mountain style. Yeah, baby.
Yeah,
Yep.
man, y'all go check them out. We support all that. We love music, and from our standpoint, it's more than just being able to sing and play a guitar. It's just an expression, man. It's just something to do. It's
Extension
a love.
of thyself, like your beliefs.
Yeah,
like
it's like my learning train. Like
Yeah.
I just know that I'm never gonna ever learn everything, so I just stay on the train. I just stay playing, and that's just the way it is. But yeah, shout out to everybody.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all being here. This is Guy and Sean. We're coming up on the 1 o'clock hour, 11 to 1, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, Eastern Standard Time. Always good vibes, but we're as we've been sharing with you, and I told y'all a few weeks back I was going to start doing, a better job at researching and learning what thumbnails work, what don't work. So as fans and as people that follow our channel, I'll be able to report back and let you know if we're able to see any type of growth or experience from that. And, that's not what this channel is all about, but I love to be able to share it with you guys that are trying and wanting to know. So we just give you quick shouts, let you know what's happening. We're trying different thumbnails and different doing proper descriptions. And we're hoping to grow, man. We're hoping to reach some new people. So if you get to share it with anybody, we'd appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Always good vibes. We can't promise that, what all the content will be about, but it'll always be respectful and it'll always be, good vibes. So, we appreciate you guys. Highway 97 North, shout out to you. It's a great show. Carry on. Awesome. Thank you. And Elevated Einstein, shout out to you, brother Desi, Miss Patty. Thank you very much. We appreciate your outstanding support. Thank you.
Highway 97. I will be in BC between August 5th and August 20th. Just putting that out there because I cannot wait to get back to the mountains, man.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's going to be fantastic. And as we've said before, and I do not want to forget, again, we'll see y'all tomorrow night, 9 Eastern Standard Time at Big Jack Story Time for We Be Jammin'. Come on
Seems
out.
like it come up fast, bro.
It came up super fast, and like that extra couple days in the month kind of threw me a bit. So yeah, but it's tomorrow.
Like way early in the month, but it is the
like
last Saturday, so it's
Yep.
But Magic of Healing, thank you for being here. Thank you, Miss Amina. Thank you, Brother Desi. Thank you, More Intuitive Me. Everybody, Brother Gen X, Clint, thank you, man. Appreciate you. Have an outstanding day.
Yep.
Guys, we appreciate y'all. This is Guy and
Thank you,
Shine,
guys.
11 to 1, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, Eastern Standard Time. Always
It's
good vibes. This little song is a song I called Slow It On Down, and I truly try to live by it. I try to slow it on down every chance I get. Take a little time it takes to take a look around, guys. Good vibes, guys. Always good vibes.
Good vibes.
See y'all Monday.
Hey.
I've been in a hurry since I don't know when. Gotta bring it on back, start over again. Yeah, I'll bring it on back to a nice slow pace, the kind where a guy like me wins a race. Yeah, slow it on down. Take the time it takes to take a real good look around. Yeah, I'll bring it on back to a nice slow pace, the kind where a guy like me wins the race. Well, I got me a woman, yeah, she's better than most. Yeah, I get the space I need to really cut loose. Yeah, she slows it on down to a nice slow pace, the kind where a guy like me wins the race. You slow it on down. Take the time it takes to take a real good look around. Yeah, I'll bring it on back to a nice slow pace, the kind where a guy like me wins a race. You slow it on down. Take the time it takes to take a real good look around. Yeah, I'll bring it on back to a nice slow pace, the kind where a guy like me wins the race. Yeah, slow it down. Slow it on down, guys. Good vibes only to you. Always good vibes. Always good vibes on to all of my beautiful people out there. Appreciate you guys. Have a great day.